The Bangladesh government has expelled scores of Rohingya refugees' children from secondary schools near the refugee settlements in the Cox's Bazar district on grounds that they don't have citizenship. This has provoked an outcry in the global human rights community, which is very focused on the Rohingya situation. The Bangladeshi government's policy of tracking down and expelling Rohingya refugee students instead of ensuring their right to education is misguided, tragic, and unlawful, said Bill van Asveld, senior children's rights researcher at Human Rights Watch. Education is a basic human right. The solution to children's feelings compelled to falsify their identities to go to secondary school isn't to expel them, but to let them get the education they deserve, Bill added. The expelled students were born in Bangladesh after their parents had fled Burma as refugees in the early 1990s. They were not allowed to enroll in Bangladeshi schools. They attended non-formal primary schools in refugee camps but had not access to secondary education that would let them go to a university or even become an accredited high school graduate. So Rohingya families paid for the Bangladeshi birth certificates or obtained other documents to allow their children to pass off as Bangladeshi nationals in order to continue their education. Human Rights Watch interviewed 13 Rohingya refugee students, including 4 girls who were expelled from 6 secondary schools this year, when school administrators went to each classroom and read out a government-issued notice ordering their expulsion. The students are among the 34,000 registered Rohingya refugees living in the camps in the Teknaf and Ukiya sub-districts in Cox's Bazar. Their legal status is distinct from the 800,000 Rohingyas who recently fled Burma since 2017 and the estimated 200,000 who had escaped previous crackdowns by Burmese military. Bangladesh does not formally recognize these latter groups as refugees or permit them to access any formal education. However, under international human rights law applicable to Bangladesh, all children, including refugees, have an equal right to education. In November 2018, the Prime Minister's office raised concerns about Rohingya children attending Bangladeshi secondary schools, leading to a government investigation. On January 23rd, the Bangladeshi official responsible for refugee issues in Cox's Bazar sent a notice to directors of 7 secondary schools in Teknaf and a government official in Ukiya. The notice, seen by Human Rights Watch, warns that the rate of Rohingya students attending schools has been increasing and that dishonest public representatives have helped them obtain Bangladeshi documents, and that the number of Rohingya refugees is increasing day by day. We were informed by the intelligence agencies under the Prime Minister's office that Rohingya children are attending different educational institutions in Teknaf sub-district. It is ordered to take strict measures so that no Rohingya children can attend any Bangladeshi educational institutions outside of the camp, said a school director, but he was unwilling to be named. A Rohingya community leader told Human Rights Watch that police, intelligence and other officials visited 4 Bangladeshi secondary schools in the Teknaf sub-district on January 15 and 16 and ordered them to expel Rohingya. Officials warned him that having Rohingya students was not safe for the country, not safe for our people, Reuters reported. School officials knew which students were Rohingyas or could find out by examining their enrollment records. The notice lists the names, secondary school, parents' names and refugee camp addresses of 44 Rohingya students, including 13 girls, and orders schools to expel them and other Rohingya students. 6 Rohingya students who had been in grades 9 and 10 at various schools but had been expelled, and said that all 89 of their Rohingya classmates were expelled, although they did not know the total number expelled from all classes. Several government officials said no Rohingyas are interested in relocating to the island. Following the failed attempt to begin Rohingya repatriation on November 15 last year, the government faces another setback in the ongoing Rohingya crisis. The government's elaborate plan to relocate the persecuted people from Cox's Bazar camps to Bhasan Char in Noakhali may have to be re-evaluated. The unwillingness of the Rohingyas and the international community, including different organs of United Nations, UN, is the main reason behind the possible setback, according to the multiple sources dealing with the Rohingya crisis. The government, which had plans to start the relocation in mid-April, also appears to be backtracking from its plan to relocate the Rohingyas to Bhasan Char, an island 21 nautical miles from Noakhali in an estuary of Meghna River. Foreign Minister Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen said on March 27 that the government was not sure when it would be possible to relocate the Rohingyas and if they would even be willing to go. go. While speaking to Dhaka Tribune from Thursday to Saturday in different camps, dozens of Rohingyas said that under no circumstances would they go to the uninhabited island being developed by the Bangladesh Navy. The Rohingyas told this correspondent that they would prefer dying in the camps than going to Bhasan Char. Several government officials confirmed that no Rohingyas are interested in going to the island. Preferring to remain anonymous, a senior government official suggested enough consultations were not done before going ahead with the plan. When contacted by Dhaka Tribune, Refugee Relief and Rehabilitation Commissioner Muhammad Abul Kalam said, "Look, it is a government decision to relocate some of the Rohingyas from the congested camps in Cox's Bazar to Bhasan Char, and we will work as per the government's directive. When the time will come, we will inform the Rohingyas about the relocation. Those who want to go will go, and those who will not want to go will not go. No one will be sent forcibly," he said. In response to a question, Kalam, also an additional secretary of the Minister of Disaster Management, agreed, "I have also heard from my people on the ground that Rohingyas are unwilling to move to Bhasan Char."